adequate preparation, utilizing multiple aspects of communication series such as vocal variety, visuals, and things to that effect. And the title of the speech is The Education Program. The Education Program, Bern.
Someone's going to have to.
Oh, yeah, it should be on. And
I'll have to let it warm up. Thank you, everybody. I think I got the thing working correctly. I wanted to have this presentation today because we all get involved in new members coming in and telling them about the program, and traditionally it's a 5-minute talk, or it's we have these speeches and then we go to these speeches and you can do it. It's kind of convoluted. And this is not a reflection on our team members and our club members who present this, because they present the program very well. But this program has a pattern, it has a set stages, and as some of the people who've been on our program for a while, they understand it. We've been through it. But if you're just starting out, and maybe you've been here for a few meetings, you think, okay, everyone's giving these speeches, what am I talking about? The purpose of this is to kind of tell you about what's going on, tell you why we do what we do. So I'm going to get started. Typically, the education program, everyone tells you, it talks about communication and it talks about leadership. So I want to talk about the communication track is the first track that we talk about. That's what we do at Toastmasters. Our job is to communicate to our club, to people outside our club. And the first thing we have to do is complete a program called a Competent Communicator. And it's the basic track for everybody. There are 10 speech projects, and I'll get into the numerology here toward the end of my speech, because it's kind of hysterical when you think about it. There are 10 speeches, and these speeches are supposed to rely on basic communication skills for everybody. How to present an effective speech is an example here. And they teach you about gestures. Each module or each project has a specific topic that it's asking you to talk about. I refer to the very first one because we try and get people who are new to the club to do their introduction icebreaker first. Talk about yourself. You know more about yourself than anybody in this room, so talk about yourself. Tell us about you. The next thing everyone talks about is, when you get into these other speeches, what am I supposed to do? Talk about something that you know about. That's one of the key things. It's interesting here, these are some of the highlights of it. There is a recognition for achieving a competent communicator, and that's important for Toastmasters. They want you to be recognized. The work that you put in needs to be recognized. So upon completion of the the competent communication track, they have the advanced communication track or program. Now there are a few people in here that are achieving this. Yolanda is, Layla, and Marie Noel. Who else? There's a couple. Yeah, all right, we're all competent communicator. After competent communicator, there's an advanced communication track, and it has. So they have 5 speeches per manual, and they have manuals based on practical experience. And it's going to go through 15 manuals here that you can choose from. I'm just going to quickly roll through them until I get to the last one. I think I got one. This is a wide variety of activities for you to choose from. I'm just going to point out a couple here. Public relations. specialty speeches. Specialty speeches by management, the professional speaker. You have a broad spectrum of topics and areas in which you can focus in on and do more advanced speaking, okay? I'm beginning this process. I'll be getting a couple of manuals, and I'll be beginning this process along with everybody else, because I need to move past the advanced communication into the next level. So I'm picking up on some of these things. But notice that these are all different challenges for everybody. They're not simple. They're not everybody is going to do each one. So we have a level here called the bronze communicator. Oops, let's go back. So to achieve an advanced communicator bronze, you need to complete 2 advanced series. Okay? The silver, this is one that I'm personally going for at this particular time. So that adds a little bit more. Achieve your bronze, and 2 additional manuals that you have to go through. So for those 15, I have to pick 2 additional ones to choose from. I have to present from the Better Communication Series and Better Speaker Series or the Successful Club Series. Okay? Gold. There are a few others here. You need to get your silver. Again, an additional set of manuals. So as you progress through here, it gets more difficult, but you understand that they've got more speaking abilities, more speaking on different subjects and different types of speeches for each level that you go up. You're going for a gold communicator or habit fill?
I just got it in June.
Just got it, okay. So let's just let you know that the experience level within this club has a broad spectrum as well, and it's very important for the club to do this. Additive things here to be an advanced communicator gold. You need to coach somebody. You need to be involved in the club. You don't just get to be here and go through your speeches one by one and do your thing. Now you have to be involved with somebody. You've got to get involved. Help somebody out, not just yourself. Now I've come to the second thing that everyone talks about, the leadership track. And there's this ooh, and there's supposed to be this ooh and ah that you're supposed to say when you say leadership track. Ooh, ah. Okay, thank you. The leadership track is a little different. It gets you to be involved in your club. It gets you to be involved in your district, your area, and your district. So not only are you learning about communication, here's a track where you can take on your leadership skills. And it has 10 leadership projects. They have the manual. Toastmasters doesn't do anything without a manual. So there is a manual for this, and it's important for your documentation and theirs. But it's to develop basic leadership skills within a club and within the club, because this is just a component here. And there are 10 projects that you get to pick from, and they have to deal with things within the club, within the meeting. I think an example of one is that if you are a Toastmaster at a meeting, you're evaluated by somebody as you lead the club through this meeting. As an evaluator, you're evaluated as an evaluator, and that's another leadership role within the club and within the meeting. Well, we have an advanced leadership bronze. Toastmasters loves bronze, silver, and gold, kind of there, an Olympic group, just a little sense of humor here. But they have a different level up now. So this gets you more involved in the club. So we have here, you need to have a competent leader and a competent communicator award. That's important because it shows that you're committed. You have made a commitment to the program and to your club. And you need to serve as a club officer and submit a successful plan, participate as a club officer training, and you need to present two presentations from the successful club series. Why the successful club series? Because you're involved in the club. Okay, that's important to understand. Advanced Leader Bronze. This is where you start getting outside the club. Again, competent leader, you're yourself inside the meetings and things like this. Bronze, you're working within the club. Silver, oops, user error. Now you're outside your club. You're outside your area. You're in the district. This is a very big deal for everyone. It is important that you are, involved outside the club. It gets you into the district and visibility within the district. This is important here. A club sponsor, mentor, or coach. Building on the district, getting clubs involved, getting a new club organized, started, and you're mentoring that club. And we're continuing here. There's a high-performance leadership manual that has 5 projects that need to be involved. So those, you can see the additional work that has to be taken care of outside the club and outside Toastmasters even. This all leads to the distinguished Toastmaster level. And to be a distinguished Toastmaster, and it's a really big deal, you need to receive an Advanced Communicator Gold or Advanced Leadership Silver Award. The district recognizes this level of commitment and your ability to finish this type of education process. It's not easy, and it's certainly not arbitrary. It's very important. It shows that great level of commitment. Now here's the tough part for everybody. Where are you? This is a question you have to ask within your heart, and you need to answer. Where are you? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? As a new member, you've got this choice to make. Each one of them has its challenges, but each one of them has a different level of skill. And that skill level challenges you as an individual, as a leader, and as a communicator. And I'll even say as a leader overall. I think this is the crux of the whole presentation that I want. What's your goal? Wanted to get into a little bit of the numerology before, because I think it's humorous. We need to add a little humor to this, because I've gotten more serious the last couple of weeks. Notice everything's with 5. You got 15 manuals. You got 5 projects per manual. Oh my God, did somebody sit down and figure this out, or was it arbitrary? I don't know. I found it very funny as I was doing the research. But I want to close by just challenging you. Don't just sit there and say, I'm a competent communicator, I've done my job. I've done what I wanted to do. Be different. Go out there and make that commitment to go out and say, I'm going to go outside the club. I'm going to go do something within the area. I'm going to do something within the district. I'm going to take that extra step and go beyond this competent communicator or competent leader. Really challenge yourself. You'll be really surprised as what happens, because I'm learning that as I'm going through this as well. So I want to thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bern. It was actually a very inspiring speech.